Just do it. It'll turn out okay. And today I have a returning guest today, the creator of Danganronpa Gaiden on the AO3 and fanfiction.net.
Hey, good to be back, everyone. I brought my Kyoko shirt for the occasion.
Nice. I have no idea where my Danganronpa shirt went to right now.
Oh, well. 2 years since I last came on your show.
Oh, yeah. So, all right, so let's start at the beginning. What made you create this universe?
So let's see. Ago, I was getting into Danganronpa. I played the first game and most of the second time, and so, I decided to do a version of the first game with a sort of Nike point of view. And after I took off, led to another and before this whole series.
Wow. So how do you come up with the name Gaiden?
Let's see. It basically it came down to like after I did the novelization, like the first side story, I labeled it as a Gaiden because I think means side story, and like story, it went on to side stories.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
So the character of Kiki is your main character throughout the series, mainly, almost, right?
Yes, she is basically the character. I think like the idea is the idea is that basically characters at different times will end up being like the main focus. And right now, that happens to be Kiki. Couple years, her growing character arc.
Yeah. I do remember, at least for a few things, you did a small character arc about her older little brother, and that character, about him growing, and that started the Hajime. God damn, I can't remember her name. Makoto's little sister arc.
Komaru.
God damn, Komaru.
Yes. Yes. He played kind of like a little part, but like later on in the timeline, I plan on giving him a much full. It's just right now. The focus is definitely more on Kiki.
All right. You're breaking up a little bit here and there.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Yeah. So, is there any future art coming out? not to get into spoiler territory too much, but is there any future arcs starting with the twins?
Um, yes, Koto and Kiri. Later down the line, they later down their own character arcs. At point the story will be more focused on their character. It's basically just down the timeline. They right now in the timeline, they're like I haven't really had the opportunity at this point
to get their character more developed at this point.
Yeah. Just because they're like little kids.
Okay, well, this anime / game is called Danganronpa. It's a deep rabbit hole once you go down it. So yeah, check out the game Danganronpa 1, Danganronpa 2, Danganronpa Ultra Despair Girls, Danganronpa 3D anime, not Danganronpa 1D anime. That sucks in my opinion. Danganronpa V3 and all of the light novels, and thus there. It's a deep rabbit hole. And if you're emotional, be prepared to cry a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, this not the series itself, but his stuff is a very deep rabbit hole of the fiction, its own alternate universe. So I'm guessing from the parent, were you always a Makoto Kirigiri fan, shipper?
First exploring it. Initially, I dabbled in a little bit of the Naizuno ship, Makoto, but I never actually like a handful of fics in involving the ship first.
So you were a fan of him with Mizono for a while, but then I guess you moved on to Kirigiri eventually.
More
survived.
Or less, yeah.
I've seen you've done this a lot, but not a lot of people do this. Occasionally, you go back to the Danganronpa 3 future arc movie screen scene for some of the dead characters.
Yeah.
Sorry, say that again. You went out.
It's the Afterlife Theater.
All right. Here, I will put a link in the description real fast of his work. Give me 1 second. All right, so tell us about the current arc that Kiki's going through right now.
Okay. So recap. So like when I first came onto your show a couple Kiki was still school, and she had just and, and she like just be and go um and Mokubo, her eldest little brother, born. Um, later on, I later on I introduced the twin with which are her little sister and um and, um and later on becoming acquainted with Kaede Kirumi. Towards the end of her time in she encountering a distant relative of Junko's named and successfully stopped her from starting a second tragedy. At the point when she entered high school, that that she officially be and they basically became detective apprentices together under her mother Kyoko's tutelage. And after graduating from she and Shuichi were basically were basically tricked, knocked onto and at some unknown facility. They would become participants in a new.
I was like, I wish I could. I wish I could do something with the static right now. But I don't know. I don't know if it's on my end or your end or what. Or is my internet just crappy right now? But, anyways, now I noticed you broke up the V3 cast into different age groups. Like you had Himiko, Tenko, Kuichi, Kikichi, his name, and the God, I can't remember his name, but the Empress, the guy that likes his sister a lot, in one age group, and you had what?
Korekio Shinguji.
Yes, and you had Shuichi, Kade, Ganta, Shumiki, and Kurumi the maid in another age group.
Yes. So yes. So if I remember correctly, Maki Kaito were are basically around Komari. They basically they basically 79 happened.
So they were about the same age as Makoto and the 78 class,
more or less. After that, in one class of Hope Peak Academy, while Kiki was still like a little, were Kokiko, Tenko, Angie, um, and constructed by Kazuichi.
Here, try turn your. Here, try. Do me a favor. Try turning your camera off. See if that helps the mic situation.
I'll try. Open.
Right, go on.
Okay. So married Kazuichi Soda, and they constructed Kibo, whom you basically viewed, whom you were non-biological son.
Okay, so in this universe, Kibo is almost like the son of Soda and God, I can't remember these people's names. I used to it by heart. I have gotten out of that. I have gotten out of that thing more than I realized.
Son of Kazuichi and
You went out again.
So Kibo is the son of Kazuichi.
Yeah. Wow, why is this so bad right now? All right, good. All right, so
yeah.
I hope you all heard that because I didn't hear anything.
So, and so Kaede Speak Academy. She attended France. Kiki ended up school classmates with Mugi, Gonta, Shuichi, Rumi. Would have been part of their class, but before he could actually start so his application Hope Speak Academy ended up just being like completely dropped.
So in this universe, after Makoto took over, he got rid of the talent part of the application, right?
That Hope Speak Academy no longer has ultimate.
But a lot of them still do have the talent, but they don't focus on it. So there's no what was happening in the anime, the Sparrow arc. There's no segregation anymore between
no segregation
between the talented and the reserve course like there was in the anime.
Yeah. Yeah. Because Makoto and Kyoko, they recognize that the ultimate talent basically created the conditions that allowed Junko and a repeat scenario of that at all costs. And so they figured the best way to do that was the talent system at all and it would eliminate and that would eliminate any segregation of the students.
That's good. That's good. Oh, so I didn't catch up, but Kiki got a dog that saved her life in one story arc, right?
Just repeat that one more time.
I said it's the last but in one story arc, Kiki had a dog that saved her life.
Because when she and Krekio Shinguji, he recognized her as someone who he thought would be a good friend for his deceased sister, and so after he graduated, he house in the middle of the night, but recently adopted. He defended its act Kyo, which basically foiled his plans. And
Are you still there? Hello?
here.
All right. Is checking.
Okay.
Right. So you also have tell us about you've done a while. Tell us about your side job of commissioning.
So let's see. Are something I have the time. Honestly, has become hard to come by, like a full-time job. Like before that, writing was my more recent commissions. I think some of the of Bunny Rompa, that like class 7 you order.
I think one of your biggest ones that I remember reading about was the one where the 78 class, after they escaped, went to Nintendo Land.
Oh, yeah. Stories in that. This one is definitely longer. It's definitely more like a grand adventure kind of story. This is definitely shorter, and I'd say definitely.
Now, do the commissioners give you a free range, or it was just a little description where they want to go, or are they more control?
It depends. Certain give me huge story details. That the more detail I have, the easier it is for me to actually write something.
All right.
Others will basically just say, "Here, go nuts."
if you're interested on his thing, go check out my at least two right now. The third one's still in the process, but I have one where I commissioned at least two stories. One where AI Chalky becomes friends with Kamaru, saving Kiki's life. The other one where Nagi saves Chalky's life from the death game.
Mm.
Which is now in the spin-off series,
Mm.
which is still being, worked on at this moment.
Yeah.
All right, so all right, so tell us. I think one of my favorite episodes that you wrote of the younger Kiki thing was when young Kiki was at her school at her dad's school, and she met the class of Himiko. Koichi and them. Tenko.
Yeah. So if I remember that story, his parents were originally going to babysit her, and so they had no choice but to basically bring her, bring her to work with him. He was so busy as headmaster, were bored and basically just wandered off, in search of the other teachers, that she knew, like Komaru, Byakuya, and she ended up and after some begging, Go agreed to put on a magic show for her.
Because Himiko's the best. So off topic, who's your favorite character in each game? Who's your favorite character in the three main games?
I'm terrible at picking favorites, but I have to say probably Kyoko for Dengen. It would probably be how entertaining his speech patterns. For V3, I want to say probably
All right. Well, my three favorites in DR1, it's Chihiro Fushisaki. He's my favorite because he felt bullied, and I was bullied a lot in school. Not for those reasons, but I was bullied. So DR2, love Chalky because she's just the nicest person ever. And then DR3, Himiko, because she's likable. I love her catchphrase. It's magic.
Mm-hmm.
And such a pain. And I liked her character growth too, where she went from I don't do anything to like I don't do anything right now to a more active participant in the game, but not in a bad way, in a good way.
Right.
Of my least favorite characters, person DR1 is of course Junko, the real Junko, not the. Like, for DR2, I guess I don't have favorite characters, but I guess if I had to pick one, it would have to be Hamuraru.
Do you mean Hanamura?
Yes, that's it. Even though I kind of like him too, but he's of all the ones, he's my least favorite. Even though they're all, I like them all. And then V3, my least favorite would have to be can't remember his name again, but it's the the anthropology one.
G.
Yeah, because like he's just because unlike the serial killer from DR1, Genocide Jill, he's just like he's like full control. Like, nope, I'm killing for my sister just because. So yeah. Right. But you have any least favorite characters?
So I'd say Danganronpa 1. I would say Danganronpa. I'd probably also say Terror, and I would say does like Siren Taro fleshed out similar problem that it's kind of a similar Leon has in the first game. You know, just like that doesn't really allow be like really like sufficiently fleshed out in my opinion.
Oh yeah. So in the three main games, which do you think had the best bonus content? School mode, island mode, or salmon mode?
I've only played content, and so I can't really give an opinion to that.
Oh, you haven't played the bonus modes? You guys play the bonus modes because they flush out the characters a lot better. Since you know the thing, it's more free time mode and stuff and dating mode, and since they flush out the characters, you should really play it because it really helps you get to know the characters better.
All right.
So I guess you haven't played the V3 bonus game, board game, or the Danganronpa S bonus game either. Then I guess board game.
A little bit of Ultimate Summer Camp,
which I guess is kind of the sequel a little bit to the. I guess that's a kind of a sequel to the V3 board game a bit, but not really. Kind of.
But more of an expansion.
Yeah. But yeah, those are. Actually, that's where I got the idea for my Chalky Kamaru arc story in my commission, because there's one scene where they get together and it's really cute. I'm like, we should expand on this. All right. Oh God, I hate to cut this short, but the audio is just bad right now. I can barely hear you. So sorry about that. Maybe we do this again. We can figure out why the audio is just. I don't know if it's your side or my side, or if the. I guess I'll check the when I get back. Once this later, I'll check and see if I can hear it through the actual YouTube or whatever. But just I don't know. But I can barely hear you half the time. You're breaking up.
I will say I can hear you just fine.
It's weird. I mean, like half the stuff you say is silent or just robotic-y. But thanks again for being on here. Wish we could talk more, but just I don't know know what the problem is. If it's on my end or what. But thanks again for being on here. Links in this. I'll have the links in the chat right now, and I'll put the links in the description for his stories. Check him out and give them a thumbs up or kudos or in AO3 terms a kudos, and give him lots of comments so he knows you're watching him.
If if you guys if you for my thrown for next generation killing.
Okay, for advertisements for this Saturday, me and my friends were talking about the Chainsaw Massacre movies and their multiverse. And on this Friday, I will be on Chess's channel, trying to hopefully keep the peace. For a little thing going on right now. But anyways, until then, never stop learning and enjoy the randomness. I'll see you next time. Bye.